Did you know that there are several countries that are not recognized by the world, even though they have declared independence? Having a large population is not a guarantee for a country to be recognized by the world as a sovereign state. Additionally, the United Nations is the largest intergovernmental organization in the world and recognizes 193 member states, encompassing almost all countries in the world. However, there is one country in Europe that has declared independence but is not recognized by the world. Which country is it? Have you ever heard of it or visited it? Let's find out more in this video. This time, we will be talking about Transnistria, an unrecognized country in Europe. Transnistria, also officially known as the Pridnestrovian Moldavian Republic, is a partially recognized state that has separated from Moldova. It is located between Moldova and Ukraine in Eastern Europe. The name, Transnistria, is derived from its location east of the Dniester River. Only 3 countries, besides Russia, recognize the sovereignty of Transnistria, and interestingly, these countries also have limited recognition status: Abkhazia, Artsakh, and South Ossetia. The total area of the country is 4,163 square kilometers, with a population of approximately 518,000 people. Its capital and largest city is Tiraspol. Transnistria has 3 official languages: Russian, Romanian, and Ukrainian. The currency used in Transnistria is the Transnistrian ruble. Transnistria was previously part of Moldova during the existence of the Soviet Union. However, they declared independence from Moldova and chose to become a separate country in 1990, following the collapse of the Soviet Union and Moldova's alliance with Romania. There was a brief war between Transnistria and Moldova from March to July 1992, resulting in 1,500 casualties. The war ended with the signing of a ceasefire agreement that has been in place until now. Since then, the Moldovan government no longer has influence over Transnistria. Although Transnistria has declared itself an independent country, its government has not gained recognition from the world. Its territory is not part of any recognized country but also does not have the rights of a sovereign state. The UN still considers Transnistria as part of Moldova. Nevertheless, Transnistria attracts many foreign tourists, especially those who want to experience a journey back in time. While walking around the cities in Transnistria, visitors can still find statues of Lenin, the former leader of the Soviet Union until 1924. There are also many symbols of the communist era that are still displayed. The buildings in this country largely retain the architectural style of the Soviet era. It feels as if in Transnistria, the Soviet Union still exists today. Transnistria can be reached by land from Moldova or Ukraine, using trains or buses and getting off in the capital city, Tiraspol. It is important to note that the Transnistrian government grants travel permits to tourists for a maximum of 10 hours. Despite being independent for only 28 years, its people are still striving to make their country more internationally recognized. Unique facts about Transnistria. Having its own currency and passports. Although not recognized as a country, Transnistria has a functioning government and economy that are sufficient to qualify it as a state. Transnistria has its own currency and passports. Their currency is called the Transnistrian ruble, introduced in 1994. The PMR, Pridnestrovian Moldavian Republic, also issues passports for its citizens. However, as an unrecognized state, these passports are not widely accepted. Transnistrian passports are only recognized in South Ossetia, the Republic of Abkhazia, and the Republic of Artsakh, another unrecognized state located between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Despite this, the majority of Transnistrian residents hold dual or even triple citizenship, such as Russian, Moldovan, or Ukrainian. This allows them not to be confined to their territory and still be able to travel abroad. Preserving communist ideology and Soviet influence. Transnistria still maintains communist symbols in various parts of its cities. Many buildings in the country still showcase Soviet-style architecture. In the capital city of Tiraspol, there is a prominent statue of Lenin, the former leader of the Soviet Union, which has become a popular tourist attraction. Since the end of the war with Moldova, approximately 1,200 Russian troops are still stationed in Transnistria, occupying military bases and road checkpoints. Economically, Transnistria has close ties and dependence on Russia. Despite the collapse of the Soviet Union, there is still a strong sense of pride associated with the Soviet era. This influence is even evident in their national flag, which features red-green-red horizontal stripes and a small hammer and sickle emblem. With its pride and Soviet-era heritage buildings, Transnistria has become a fascinating destination, resembling a living museum of the Soviet era. People enjoy bodybuilding. This country is said to lack its own distinct traditions and culture, so many young people in Transnistria devote themselves to the military and physical training. Most young men and women are trained to enhance their sense of patriotism through military exercises. As a result, bodybuilding events are quite common in the country. 2 disputed countries that officially recognize Transnistria. None of the UN member states recognize Transnistria as an independent country, even Russia, which continues to support the region. So far, only 2 countries officially recognize the independence of Transnistria: South Ossetia and the Republic of Abkhazia. However, these 2 countries that recognize Transnistria's independence are themselves disputed territories. South Ossetia and the Republic of Abkhazia are regions that have attempted to secede from Georgia. However, neither of them has been recognized as independent countries by the UN. Transnistrian society dominated by Moldavian ethnicity. Transnistria is not a large territory, covering only around 4,163 square kilometers. To put it into perspective, the island of Bali, which has an area of 5,780 square kilometers, is slightly larger than Transnistria. The population is approximately 518,000 people. The majority ethnic group is Moldavians, constituting around 31.9% of the total population. That concludes the various explanations about Transnistria, the unrecognized state. What are your thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section.